And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon and welcome to the market recap. Still Tuesday, March the 29th. I'm John Hoagland. Thanks for trusting me with your time. It's a pleasure to be back with you. Once again, thanks to JD for covering for us for the last week or so. The dog is right here by my side again. It's almost like she never left. I think she knows when I'm going on and she always wants to come and say hello. But hopefully had a good trading day. Our late spikes ended up driving price higher throughout the day here in the S&Ps than NASDAQ. We're going to see all that shortly. Dow ended up just over 300 points today. Going through the news throughout the day here, there was a lot of chatter going on, of course, about the discussions between Russia and Ukraine. Zelensky says the talks, he says they could be going positive. But it's hard because the drowning out of the Russian shelling going on around him. So it doesn't look like too much is happening there yet. The Apple today was up around 2%. Best day it's had in quite some time. Saw this on the news today that there's 5 million more job openings than unemployed people in the U.S., Seems like a loaded stat. We're going to get unemployment numbers on Friday. And that only counts the number of people who are on unemployment. How many people have stepped away and are just coasting? Who knows? Please excuse me. The NFL owners voted today to change the rules during playoffs. Both teams will now be getting guaranteed at least one possession. A little bit of a change there. The Fed's Harker said recently, just a few minutes ago as a matter of fact, the U.S., he believes, can avoid a recession even during trying times, even during tough times here. So that would be a good thing. Looking at just kind of going over what the markets did today, gold had a very volatile yet range-bound session today, keeping the weekly kickoff low, right in the middle of the range today. Bit of a nightmare for us there. The E-mini S&P and NASDAQ late spikes led to guarded acceptance of higher pricing. It wasn't real aggressive. It's going to be interesting to see if we did close with another late spike today. There was that chance. We're going to see when we get to the charts. Gold, value lower, lower price accepted below that weekly kickoff low, or was there a sign of buyers coming in? Again, we'll see that on the chart shortly. The euro, we were looking at that this morning. We saw one easy target. That's the easy target we went to. Value and volume were higher. We're going to have to see on the open interest tomorrow morning. The 10-year short covering or profit taking off that low. We thought maybe the market was getting a little bit too short. We're going to see possibly some hints of that in open interest tomorrow morning. In the natural gas, we saw some potential profit taking off those highs. Remember, it is still somewhat in rollover. Or is this going to be a directional change? We're going to have to wait and see. As usual, make sure you like, share, question, comment, feedback, heckling, and love are always welcome here on the Market Forecast and the Market Recap. Make sure you get notified when we do go live on YouTube. And say hello to everybody. Tachyon, good to see you. First in the room this morning, first in the room this afternoon. Scott Saw, and I hope you conquered. Spencer, good to see you. Spent your computer went all at BSOD. What that means, I'm not quite sure, but I can imagine. on you this morning, and instead of trading, spent the whole day, the whole morning running memory diagnostics and updating drivers, trying to figure out what crashed. I hope that you got that figured out and you're ready and able to trade tomorrow. Bill, good afternoon. Terry, hello everyone. Started reading Mind Over Markets last week. A must read. Watching TPO in conjunction with my other indicators shows great info. Gives great info. Good. It's great. Market profile provides market generated information. Chilling with Dylan. Good afternoon. Rusty Golfer. Tachyon got a breakthrough. I always like to hear that. Friday and now finally getting better trades. Spencer, been basically retired since age 34. Not part of the labor force. Well, that's a good thing if you can be retired at 34. Very nice. Dead letter opener, a good day. Yo to you as well. Have a plan and trade it every day. Captain Price. I love that chat name. Steve just took 5 micro NAS short overnight. Yeah, it looks like we probably did come off those highs a little bit here, huh, Steve? Vince, good afternoon. Spencer, the blue screen of death. Oh, my goodness. Vince, I missed you too. NQ remains strong. Captain Price. Interesting meme stock week continued. Yeah, I had that in my list of things to kind of talk about. The meme stocks have had a wild day today. GameStop was down almost 14% today and finished the day to close down just 1%. It's kind of a wild day for those meme stocks. Tough to go back to 3 lots after 10. Yeah, sometimes we got to do that though. When you hit a down draw, you got to cut yourself back a little bit. I subscribed to Bazinga Pro Trial just to see those unusual option activities for fun. Captain Price, let us know how that works. Let us know how that helps at all. Yeah, they halted trading on it halfway through the morning, that GameStop. Everything is based on options this week. Right. Well, welcome, Captain Price. I'm not sure that I've seen you here before, but I'm very glad to have you here. We're looking forward to having you with us and seeing your success. As always, that's what we're here for. Why don't we go ahead and take a jump into the charts here and see what we're looking at. Let me get things a little bit set up here. I'm not sure that I'm prepared. I didn't bring my pencil to class. Let's start with the daily and crude. Tesla was early in a week all day, so it doesn't work. Sometimes it will. It's like nothing works every time. Nothing never works. It's all in the timing. Like everything, timing is everything. Let's take a look. So yeah, this morning, just kind of looking at what happened in the overnight, what happened, what we were thinking this morning. Volatile range-bound state. We knew that coming in. We've got triangle pennant formation here, just kind of closing in on itself. We're going to be looking for some bigger moves as soon as we break out of this. Typically from low to high, about 75% of the way to the apex, we can expect a breakout, if not before that. Take a look at what happened on the 30 here today. So we opened below weekly kickoff low 103. We got to it. We tested a few times, broke out what was resistance, sometimes becomes support, and really we just kind of closed the gap and brought ourselves back into value, but too late in the day really to see a value area special situation play out. Not that it was that tremendous to begin with. Well, yeah, actually it was. I mean, this is a pretty compressed look at this chart. These are pretty big moves. I mean, if we were to hit that value area special situation play today, would have been a 104.90 up to 106.77. That's pretty substantial. But again, we got there too late to really mark any acceptance inside yesterday's area of value. We're going to see if we have some open interest increase off this low here today. I mean, we put in the low pretty much in the overnight here. The rest of the day, we kind of recovered back above that weekly kickoff low. We settled above it yesterday. We settled above it today. We seem to be having trouble accepting below that level. Take a look at the E-mini S&Ps. No problem, Steve. Ukraine Zaleski says we see no reason to trust words from a certain representative of a power that continues to fight for our destruction. Yeah, he's right. He's right. They got to stop the bombing. Stop it. Just stop. Let's get some peace. Please keep praying. E-mini S&Ps. We started looking at the continuous this morning because there's a very long trend line that we have been below. Here, let's take another look at it today. Here's the continuous chart. Now this trend line goes all the way back to March of 2020. Just kind of holding, getting a little bit closer in here, a little micro look here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of contact. Once we broke out below it and accepted, we had a move to the downside. We'd been putting in lower highs and lower lows. That's changed now. There's something else going on here. These markets are resilient. We know this. We know that there's still just the same uncertainties as today that there were a month ago or 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. The market has accepted what's going on and believes that things are I guess, going to be okay. Take a look at the 30. Okay, weekly kickoff high, 4,600. A nightmare if you were using that as a pivot today, and that was not my suggestion today. We were looking at that as a potential barrier to the upside or a potential barrier back to the downside. It really provided neither. Really was pretty centrally located until we had our last little push to the upside here, and it does look like we have created another late spike in the S&Ps. Could it be so? Let's take a look at the TPO chart. Not looking too much like that is the case. M period high, M period lower. Got to see where that last trade was. Let's look on the 30. All right, the close on this bar, 46.27, 46.27, 46.27. So, yeah, a little bit of a late spike. So we'll be watching this as a base of a late spike tomorrow, much in a similar way we looked at it today. Not a very good push, not a very good late spike. We want to see it close all the way up here. Take a look at the NASDAQ, see what the spike looks like on that. So our NASDAQ got to and somewhat has rejected weekly kickoff high, couldn't close above it. We're hopeful and resistant. And resilient. That's what these markets are. You see if we added some more open interest tomorrow, volume looks like it held. Well, it doesn't look like it was tremendous. Back to the 30-minute chart. Oh, I don't have my volume profile on here. Let me put that on there quickly. See, I didn't have my pencil. All right, hang on. So it does not look like a late spike here in the NASDAQ either, but this is a more important inflection level. Sometimes they work really nicely. This one looks like it might be one of those. Again, we'll watch and see if we have open interest increasing on higher pricing. we're seeing value moving higher over time. We don't want to fight value. But this weekly kickoff high might give us an opportunity tomorrow. We'll have to see. Gold. Okay. Now we had this bear flag. We broke out below it, but we didn't close below that weekly kickoff level yesterday in gold. 1926 weekly kickoff low. We closed yesterday at 1944.70, so we didn't close below it. Did we close below it today? I believe we did. Did we have some push to the downside? I believe we did. This is the first day where June is the front month. Is there a reason why it did not become directional today? That may have something to do with rollover. Are we going to be able to recognize opportunities from volume and open interest tomorrow? Probably not. We got a bear flag here. We've broken out below the bear flag. We've closed now below the weekly kickoff low. I'm going to start looking for opportunities to sell strength unless there's some sort of change. 26, June, opening below it, late spike, overnight inventory to the short side, coming right back to our weekly kickoff low here after the close, after the main close. But what gold did, what it usually does something early and then does nothing. Not a great opportunity unless you were able to pick this low. Very difficult thing to do. Let's take a look at the euro. All right, that's the 30. We looked at this morning and said, I don't want to try and jump in front of this, and it would have been a bad idea. We looked at a couple of obvious visual targets. This point of control, which is the visual target that we reached. We're still looking for an opportunity up here, a weekly kickoff high, which might provide the larger of the opportunities. No gap close, value higher. You have to see if we've increased volume and to see if we brought in some open interest. My question then is, what open interest is it going to be? Is it going to be new longs coming up here, or is it going to be new shorts coming in here? Are we going to lose shorts? Are we going to lose longs? It's going to be an interesting morning tomorrow, I think, possibly in the euro, which is a big stretch because this has been backburnered by me for quite some time. And for the 10-year ZN, we talked this morning about the possibility of this market becoming a little bit too short. It looks as though that may have happened. If we do lose open interest on this push from the low, it's going to be short covering. I'm not looking at it as a potential reversal. And we all know the rates are going to be going higher. So why would we be looking for a reversal? Well, I think we're still looking for opportunities to sell strength, and a bit of a reversal or an area of balance might be just the ticket for us to get better trade locations for shorts on coming days. Take a look at the 30. So here we are, ZN, got a pretty decent push off that low. Still relatively range bound. Still got visuals up above with which to go check. There's a few of them up there. I don't have them all on this chart here just yet, but when we look at where we came from, we've got a point of control here that was checked. We've got a point of control up here. We've got another one up here. There's lots of weak structure above. We got a gap here that's yet been filled. No, it's going to be another interesting opportunity. If we did add a whole bunch of open interest off that low, and that may have scared some of those sellers out of the market and brought in new business to the upside. Take a look at the nat gas. Where are we? There it is. There's the daily. Talking about this getting too long. We did end up going from high to low today. How do we know it was too long? Well, we lost a whole bunch of open interest up here on an overlapping to higher day that ended lower. That's a kind of a typical situation when you're going to find long liquidation. So we had some longs holding longs here. They get out. That does take selling power away from the marketplace, but we're depending on responsive sellers to continue this market moving lower. If we can move this market low below today's range, that'll be initiative selling, and we can maybe see some more aggressive selling coming into this market. Here's the 30-minute. So one good push the rest of the day to the downside. I'm thinking that we're going to potentially have an increase in open interest in this market, which would lead me to believe if there's new sellers coming in, they may protect at some point in these shorter time frame levels to look for a look at weekly kickoff low, which that's not it. That's it. Got no naked points of control, but we do have a gap and another naked point of control down here with which to look at. If that's indeed where the market is headed to go. We don't know. ACH, anything can happen. So again, hopefully you had a good trading day today. It was my first day back from some time off. I'm usually not a great trader on Mondays anyway, so I took it pretty easy. Put up a decent day. And I'm going to be happy with that. I'm just going to be every day that I get to come back tomorrow, always trade for tomorrow. That's our founder, Mike Patak's catchphrase, always trade for tomorrow. And it's true. You don't want to blow anything up today, so you can't play tomorrow. You always got the opportunities, and there are opportunities every day in these markets. We usually go and look at what happened in history on this day, March 29th in 1982. A 19-year-old North Carolina freshman by the name of Michael Jordan makes a 16-foot jump shot with 15 seconds left to give the Tar Heels the 63-62 win over Georgetown. If you know who Michael Jordan is, he's a big Chicago guy. 1974 on this day, the U.S. space probe Mariner visits Mercury. 1973 on this day, supposedly, the U.S. withdraws from Vietnam. 1929, Herbert Hoover has a telephone installed in the Oval Office. My dad was 3. Well, a couple of cool things that happen in music. In 1967, working at Abbey Road Studios, the Beatles finished recording Good Morning, Good Morning and started work on a new song with a little help from my friends. 1973, Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show got their picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone magazine after their hit, titled The Cover of the Rolling Stone. In 1975, everybody's favorite band, Led Zeppelin, saw all 6 of their albums in the top 100 chart in the same week, alongside their latest album, Physical Graffiti, at number 1. Physical Graffiti has now become certified 16 times platinum by the Recording Industry Recording Industry Association of America. One of my favorite albums. I still have the original pressing of it. There's a couple other cool things here I think I saw. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, here's one. In 1980, on this week, today, Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd's album, spent its 303rd week on the U.S. album chart, beating the record by, get this, Carole King's 1971 album, Tapestry. I have both of them in their original pressings, in vinyl. Fantastic albums, but boy, how music has changed. Tuesday. Dan, yep. Lots chasing later part, lots changing, I think, later part of March. So an upcycle to start mid-March, but it's hard to be on that kind of parabolic train up. I usually start trading after 10. Russell was a fun on the daily flag. Looked weak and then just gapped overnight. Hey, Bubsky. You passed step 1 this morning. Nice job. Love that name, too. NAS Futures. 1,800 points straight up since March 15th. It's about to get heavy. You gotta wonder, is it getting too long to continue? Scott, it's all right. As long as you're here to play tomorrow. Nice job, Bubsky. Yeah, all right. So I guess that's it for the recap. Looking forward to getting a good night's rest and being ready for tomorrow. What do we have tomorrow? ADP employment is typical on Wednesday. GDP, another big one. EIA petroleum status report tomorrow. OPEC meeting release on Thursday. Jobless clams on Thursday. Personal income and outlays on Thursday. And then Friday, the biggie this week. Well, one of the biggies. The unemployment situation. Unenjoyment, we used to call it on the trading floor. We also have ISM manufacturing final. PMI manufacturing final. Construction spending. So we got some information coming out. We got some opportunities coming. Please be good to yourself. Please be good to each other. Please continue praying for peace. And I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning on the market forecast, 7:45. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so we're going to have group coaching as well tomorrow at 1 p.m. Here's the link if you'd like to register, and any and all questions are welcome. I don't claim to know everything. I'll let you know if I don't know. But it's one of the things that I like doing about that is because I learn as much, if not more, than you do. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning, 7:45. If you're going to trade tonight, take it easy. Keep some of that powder dry for tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be another interesting trading day. Aren't they all, though? So, again, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. I'll see you tomorrow morning for the forecast. Have a good night.